So this morning I was on an alternate news site, if you will, and how do I? It's not a bad news site, if you will. It's not like like super far alt right, and it's not like super far left. But it's definitely not in the center. But what they were talking about this morning was this new thing called Be Internet Awesome. It's been developed by Google. But what really struck me was this idea of they're giving you propaganda. They're giving you false information and passing it off as true. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. Let's go check it out. So I've played this particular part of the game twice. There are four different little mini games that you can play. So we're going to play this one again. The first time I played it, there were some things that I disagreed with, but there was nothing necessarily sinister or bad. The second time I played it, same story. So we're going to play it again and see what we get. This is my favorite of the four mini games. Very easy, very laid back, very chill. I mean, it's a river that runs through, and it's fact and fiction. You have between two and three choices. You pick the one that is right, and you have this little blue monster, and it taunts you. So you pick the one, you jump across. If you get it wrong, you fall into the water. You get it wrong twice, you fall into the water, and you move on. You still get the points though, which yeah makes me kind of think, oh, this is just participation, and it's not really teaching you that if you mess up, there are consequences. Which is something one of those things that I disagree with, but at the same time, it's a game. You do get a message though when you fail that first time. It gives you a message. No, this is why your answer is incorrect. Which that I do like. That does kind of make up for this. You get an email with a hilarious subject line that is obviously a scam. So I'm gonna show you what I mean here. Delete it and forget it. Avoid clicking any links marked as spam. This is the correct answer. I've gotten this answer 3 times, 3 out of 3. This has been the first question. LOL, forward it to your friends for a laugh and tell them not to click anything. I'm going to show you what I mean when I say it gives you a message when you fail it. So we're going to click on it and you're going to see what happens. So okay, we fall down into the water. So sad. Never forward a sketchy email for any reason, not even a funny one. Okay, it makes sense. Ah, the sweet, sweet splash of defeat. True. Okay. Avoid clicking any links and mark it as spam. Here we go. There you go, you get 15 points. It's marked correct. Okay, and you have some of these that you have 15 seconds to answer. Which email address looks like it came from a real person? Let's see if I can find one of these. Okay, there it is. Screenshot this, send it to me over on Twitter. I think it is absolutely hilarious that Gmail has taken, or that Google has taken their own mail service and called it Gmail. I absolutely love it. I don't know why I find that so funny, but it's hilarious. Send it over to me on Twitter at guitarist_bear. I'm going to put a link in the description, but send that to me. That is hilarious. Make a meme out of it. Make a meme out of anything in this. I love memes. If you can make a meme out of it, send it to me. You will have my eternal gratitude. A fellow gamer offers to make a trade that would be amazing for your score. They ask for your private account info to make it happen. This is a new question. I think I mentioned this, but I've gotten some different questions. Let's see what we get. Okay, start with the first one. Ask for their login info instead. Sweet, send them your login details to set up the trade, bro. Ignore the request and block the user. Bye-bye. I don't know. This is what I would do. I'm not gonna let that is what I would do. Bro, send me your login info. That's just what I would do. Because I mean, hey, what better way to deal with a spam call than a spam call? Spam them back when they spam call you. Someone you might know from school starts chatting you up and wants to hang out. This is a question I've gotten before. This is one that I did not agree with. Creepy. Reply and tell them to leave you alone. Someone I might know. My response would be, hey, I don't really know you. I, I don't know you. But replying, asking them a question they could only know, or if they really go to your school, or tell them you want to discuss it in person. Personally, I'm a little bit of an introvert. I would tell them to leave me alone, because you're dealing with kids here. You're dealing with kids on the internet. I'm assuming kids, between the ages of maybe 12 and 13. Tell them, hey, leave me alone. Don't mess with me. Uh, don't message me. Your pal wants to show you a weird email he got from you, but you never sent that email. Just tell your friend to delete it. Could be a spam. Change your password and send a message and let your contacts know you were hacked. I once got an email from Facebook when I still used Facebook, and it told me, hey, someone just tried to access your Facebook from a city in your state. And I was like, hey, Facebook people, Facebook friends, someone just tried to access my Facebook. If there's anything vulgar, if there's anything here that's not for me, because from this is the time that they accessed it. So, and this is the time I got the email. So someone online asks you your personal questions and makes you feel uncomfortable. I promise you, this is not how they got my Facebook information. So don't try that. If you'd like to try to report me as no longer living on Facebook, go for it. Go for it. Let's see what we got. Okay. Take a screenshot of the conversation, stop chatting, and tell an adult you trust. Just ignore the person or try to answer as best you can and wrap up the convo. Take a screenshot. If you don't feel comfortable about it, if someone, this is what we're seeing right now with a certain formerly prominent YouTuber, certain formerly prominent. English is hard. Formerly famous, used to be famous. Some stuff is coming to light. Chris Hansen has gotten involved. Man says, I didn't do this. Other people are saying, no, you did this. Look, if that ever happens to you, one, understand that's not your fault. That kind of stuff is never your fault. Two, take a screenshot of that. Tell an adult. A lot of people think we can't trust certain groups of people, and that's true. You can't. If you don't know the person directly, you probably cannot trust them. Usually, you cannot trust them. Use your better judgment. If you're younger, if you're not a legal adult, don't go messing with that kind of stuff. That's not safe. You have to say that now because for some reason people don't know that. You get an email with an attachment from a cousin you literally never hear from that says, you won't believe this. If I've literally never heard from them, well, grammar here wants to kick in. I don't have any cousins, so that tells me something about my cousin. Reply to the email and ask what the file is. Delete it and tell an adult that your cousin may have been hacked. Open the attachment. It's family. No, I haven't heard anything about viruses yet, but Trojan horses are a thing. And, I'm not trying to be vulgar here with the term Trojan, as I know some of you are going to try to do in the chat, and I know some of you are thinking, oh, well, they wouldn't have thought that if you hadn't said that. Maybe true. Maybe very much so true. But at the same time, there are people who are going to be trying to pull all kinds of crazy stuff. Oops, you submitted your parents' credit card information to a music streaming service, and then you realized it was a scam. Well, first off, don't take your parents' credit card. That is not okay. Theft is never okay. Just don't. Quickly delete it to make it all go away. Just Epstein the evidence. Heck yeah. Let your parent know immediately so they can do damage control. I've had my information taken before. It was taken I assume via RFID. I don't put my information anywhere. And doing damage control on that was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare primarily because I didn't catch it until it was easily easily like 2 months in, $500 was just gone, and I never saw it again. So don't, if you catch it, try to catch it early. Always keep an eye on your bank accounts. Don't be taking your parents' credit cards. Don't commit theft. That's not okay. Oh, here we go again. I've gotten this one 3 times too. You see an ad for a real diamond bracelet that your grandma would love, and it's only $25. Unfortunately, if you have a real diamond bracelet, it probably actually is only worth $25 because we have warehouses full of them. But hey, I'm not. I mean, obviously. Obviously, those diamond bracelets, they're worth a lot sentimentally to you, and I understand that. But we do kind of scam people out of that. But that's what it is. You and your BFF are taking online quizzes that predict your futures. Yay! One quiz asks for your birthday and your mother's maiden name. My mother's maiden name consists of like 8 words. I mean, if you want to try to type all that out, and it's all in Spanish. I say it's all in Spanish. I mean, a maiden name is a maiden name, but it is. I mean, it's all Hispanic last names with tildes and accentation marks. Good luck. What you should do is you should close out the site, and you shouldn't visit that site again. I mean, if they're asking you for your if they're asking you for your sites or for your information, then don't give it to them. That's not okay. Don't don't be giving out your stuff. Don't be giving out your mama's stuff. After your river, you continue climbing up the mountain, and most of what you get, these are all the same. You use clues to tell you what's real and fake, which makes sense. Uh, I remember being in school and we used what was the context clues. It's like, oh, I don't know what this word means, but I can use the sentence around it to figure out what the word means. It's like learning Russian. My neighbor Sobaka was barking all night long. Well, what is a Sobaka? What else barks? Cats don't bark. Other things I don't like, this animation. This is something I didn't like. It's like, oh, I'm gonna tease you with my credit card information. Keyloggers exist. You know, you I if I create a website, using statistics and analytics, I can tell how far you scrolled down and how long you stayed on that page. That's how newspapers, or I say newspapers, a physical newspaper can't tell you anything like that. But a news site, that's how they know what's hot and what's not. When someone tries to trick me into sharing my password or my personal information, that's definitely called love bombing. Yes, I'm afraid to ask, but no, it's called phishing. Uh, you're trying to get something. I send you an email. Put in your Facebook password, and you can win. I don't know. You can win a car. You can. Pardon me. Oh boy. You can. Oh, burps. Pardon. But you can win everything. I know to use my detective skills to avoid flowers. That is always the right answer. Flowers are always the right answer. If something sounds too good to be true, it is. But obviously, you should be avoiding scams. If you get an email and that email has a whole bunch of spaces, that email, I say a whole bunch of spaces, a whole bunch of these percent signs, a whole bunch of weird letters, um, and a whole bunch of other just weird, weird stuff, you probably should not trust it. And so there we go. You have an epic win, epic, uh, from the reality river. You're, the fisher dismisser, understand phishing and how to report it. Scammer slammer, yeah, spot the scams as a potential scam. And I'm a truth sleuth. Yeah, totally truthful. My score here is 345. You can get a score much higher than that, obviously. We dropped off 15 points. Uh, but that is the reality river. And there are these other games that you can play. There's the Mindful Mountain, the Tower of Treasure, and the Kind Kingdom. This one, the Tower of Treasure, for me was the hardest. This ate my lunch. This was just absolutely, absolutely, just horribly hard for me. But you know, I've played all of these. I've played all of these. I know this one says play, but I have played it. If you don't believe me that I have played it, you go back and forth. You collect little. Collect your data. You jump up and down to collect your data. You have to put your password into towers, and you select the strongest password. And you can play this if you can play this if you don't if you don't believe me, go ahead and play it. I have not found anything that appears to make this out to be propaganda or that shows us to have a darker underlying. And I've played this one 2 times because I'm horrible at it. I've only played this one once. uh, you just saw me play this for the third time, and I've only played this one once. So maybe there is something darker in there that you have to just play over and over and over again, uh, like the old informational games, the old games that you played and you learned stuff at home. Maybe there is something deeper there. I haven't found it. If there is something there, let me know. Play the game for yourself. Let me know what you think. Let me know down in the comments. If you want to make a meme out of this, send it to me over on Twitter. I'll link you my Twitter in the description. I'm super excited to see how all of this goes. Thank you for watching. This is my first video on YouTube. Super excited for it. Thank you. Take care and be nice to one another. Bye bye.